All right, welcome back, everybody. DayTraderRockStar here. Futures have just opened up. We're up about 2 1/4. I'm just going to do a fast little review. One thing I just got a notice from the Bullinox prop group here. I asked them if they can extend that coupon a bit, and they said yes. We'll extend it to September 27th because I had a couple people that missed the opportunity to get that. So there it is. Coupon. I put it on the screen there. So if you did get it, and I would advise getting it because I want to show you some things right now in the video that we're going to be setting up for tomorrow. And again, I just think this is the greatest way to start trading, especially if you have low funds or not trading. You don't want to risk your own money. You have time to learn trading. If you're an experienced trader, you can still use this. And again, I had a conversation with my good friend Dak yesterday, and I was explaining to him the what this whole thing was, and he goes, well, his argument was, if your system works so well, why don't you just use it for yourself? And I said, yeah, well, this is a great opportunity for traders to come in just learning how to trade and establishing. And the fact is, it doesn't make sense to risk your own money when you don't have to. It really doesn't. I couldn't understand his argument saying, if he goes, I use the super signals all the time. I truly believe in them and stuff, and I use them on my. I said, but Dak, you don't have to risk any money. I said, you could open up a $200,000 account, $150,000 account, qualify, then trade the real money, catch a good divergence setup, catch a huge divergence setup, make $10,000-$20,000, and the next thing you know, you're splitting the profits. It's doable. It's doable. We show it every single day. So, some people are looking at this and saying, I don't like it. It doesn't. This is not the way of trading. But it is. It's trading without using money. This is like the greatest thing ever. I hope they continue to keep this around. That's my biggest concern, is that it's too good to be true right now. It's too good to be true. So until it doesn't work, I want to continue to kind of stress the importance of taking the opportunities to do this. You just go to the Bullinox site. There's a link there, but you can't click on it. But if you go to DayTraderRadio.com, you could actually, on the front page, you'll see the link for that. And just you apply that PMAS 80, and it'll bring, an account like the $150,000 account, will bring it down to like $37. And that enables you to trade it and qualify for just $37. Even if you got the worst stop out, it's not costing you your own money. And if you apply the rules, like today we're super disciplined, and it wasn't the easiest trading day for super signals because we are only looking for a certain signal, and that certain signal came out at 3:10 today. Waited all day, and at 3:10 the super signal showed up here. All right, and the super signal, again, is what I teach here. It's a combination of a couple things happening. First, we have the multiple time frames setting up, and then we have a divergence setting up right after that. And that divergence has to be a qualified divergence where the second stage of the divergence is above the 20 line. And the steeper the divergence line, the better the setup. Now, I'm famous for identifying these setups, but I'm also famous for getting out too early. And again, that's another thing that this enables you to do. You should take these setups with the low risk and the low risk and what you're putting up. You're basically putting up nothing. If you are putting up anything, it's just your fee to use the account, be it $24, $29, $34, $37, or if you got a big $250,000 account, maybe it's $50. You got to take the shot here. You got to take the shot because this is the money-making trades, and every day we see them. All right, and you have to be psyched about this. You should be psyched about it. It is such a good signal that I'm kind of reinventing the day trading radio to focus on this signal, because why focus on something that's not perfect? And if you have something that works so well, why mess with anything else? That's something, we might have issues of being bored in the market or missing opportunities and doing, well, the market's down, why don't you just go short? Or the market's going up, why don't you just go long? Yeah, all easy to said and done. Looking back at the markets, but at the time, it's not as easy as said. But what is easy is identifying this and seeing the results from that. Now, just a fast review of the markets today, just to kind of go into it. We get in early. Oh, not another thing. Thank you again. Well, I did mention the trade op, and I apologize. That was down today. We started off here, and I want to go out a little further here. I want to go out to about 4 or 5 o'clock. Now, for those people trading overnight, and you're able to get into the markets around 3, 4 o'clock, the European Open, London Open, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, the setups start to show up there. And I've been seeing really good setups set up around 5 to 6 o'clock. Now, I put a lot of time into the site, talking to members, emails, setting up stuff, scripts, bots, keeping the site up and running, research and stuff. So it is kind of hard for me to get into the office at 4:20 in the morning. But I after I continue to see these setups like this, I think twice about it. I said, well, what we have is a very organized market between the hours 4 and 8 o'clock, 5 and 8 o'clock, 6 and 8 o'clock. So 6 o'clock is usually a good one. And we're, again, looking for a certain setup. Now, we had a good setup here. There was kind of quality, and I want the best setups. When I talk about the super signals, it has to be the better the angle. This probably wouldn't even qualify because it pulled underneath that 20 line. I do, that 20 line right here is the key. And if it's right down, I want to see this angle about, I would say, closer to 10 degrees. And when we talk about a flat line angle, that's 0 degrees. And as we move this up, if you remember your geometry, a straight up angle would be 90 degrees. Half of that would be 45 degrees. I would like to get something about 10 degrees. 10 degrees or higher is a good angle. But if it's visual, in a visual where the first low is underneath the 20 line and the second low, the higher low, is above that 20 line, that qualifies as a super signal. If it's on the 20 line, that dotted line, then it's borderline. And I think you have to make a call on identifying if that's a trade you want to take or you're not. The risk comes in a little bit more at that point. But I think if you just wait and have patience for the real setups, then you go all in on your prop accounts. You go all in, all right? So you have less trades, less chop, you have the better setups, and you have the better opportunities. So, here we had a little setup here. The other big, the other big issue we have is taking profits. And where do you want to take profits? When I said, well, lots of these diversions will give us 10 points, but probably not getting 10 points pre-market or unless there's some significant news or during, when we have the regular market hours, we tend to get that bigger move. Like 6:30, maybe we don't get that move, but we do get a higher probability of a directional trade in the direction of the divergence. And it's usually an 85 to 95% chance of getting that move. All right? So it's very easy to take that divergence if you recognize it and put a stop right under it. That's all you have to do. Because the great thing about the divergence is that it's easy to spot. And if you do spot it and it does qualify, the standard stop is 1 tick underneath the divergence low, the second stage of the divergence. And if it works, it's going to work. And if it doesn't work, it's not meant to work and it's not going to work. So you have to keep that stop as tight as possible. And it's okay to get stopped out because the stop is very, very manageable. And the majority of the time, you're going to get a move up here. Now, again, it comes to a point where, like today at 3 o'clock, now we're going to go through the day here. Market opens up. We had some news here. It's very choppy. Again, you're playing with fire. If you're going to be in the markets trying to get, and this is what kills most traders. is the chop and the anticipation of a breakout, or the front running maybe a move instead of waiting for the true signal. The markets are famous for trying to break out and then coming back, trying to break out and coming back, or breaking down and causing people to short and then ripping higher. The psychology of a trade is so important to know that. Like here, we had a nice ascending triangle. Now this is a nice little pop again that happened right at 9:30. Then we kind of reversed back down, came back to the trend line, bounced off the trend line, and eventually fell back down. And again, I'm looking for one setup. I like to call it the Lord of the trade. One setup to rule them all. One setup to, I don't know, I forget what the, for those out there who are Hobbit fans, then a shout out to you. Maybe we should make up a rhyme, make up a poem about the stochastic. If you could do that, send it to me, and I'll give you credit. Anyway, the flags have been really strong, and we're able to identify the trend by watching that 60-10. Identify the I'm starting to rhyme today. Anyway, this was textbook. The flags were pretty good. Saw this nice flag. We saw the rotation. It broke back down. NQ Trader today was like, you just said it was looking bearish. I said, yeah, it does, but it also, we were also paying attention. The markets can reverse at certain times. This still does look like a bearish setup, but we are getting back above the 20-period moving average, and things are starting to look really good. That's why I try to focus just on the divergence. The flags are great, but the divergence is the bomb. We had a couple what we call real shallow divergences. You can see that low there and that little higher low right there, and it wasn't really perfect right there, but we tend to find divergences in a pullback. So you have this little pullback that's happening, and you have that low and a little higher low, and again, that's not the best one. I wouldn't put it out there. I do mark these off during the day and discuss them. That's why the lines are on the charts here. This was a better one. This was a little bounce, a little move down, a little pop, came back down, put a double bottom in, but I'm always looking for that higher low double bottom. So that was a little setup right there. And it didn't give us much. And that was, that could be an issue, if you're looking for 5 to 6 points and you think you're going to get a lot more on it, and it doesn't really go too high and eventually comes back and moves back down and chops around. Eventually, that's why we kind of stress the importance of having multiple indicators lining up. Like a divergence, quad rotation is kind of the super signal. That's when we have the 60-10 is oversold, and we have the divergence. That's what happened at this point at 310. This was a pure super signal today. So we only had one super signal today, really one. But the one, you could see how well it worked. It basically went up 10, 11, 12 points. 12 points. This should have been an all-in type of trade. Now, I got in on that, but I probably only got 2 or 3 points on that. And again, that's something I have to deal with myself too, because I'm trading live, and I want to make sure that these things always work out, and it's easier to take them off and say, winner, winner, chicken dinner, instead of getting that. But there's things that I have to work on for my mental trading process to stay in these. And I have to remember the same thing. If I'm doing it with a prop account, there's really no risk. Now, with the code here, the 82, it's back. It's back and being active. If you need help setting this up, I have a great, a video on that, and email me so I could kind of walk you through it. I can send you the video. The video is found on the page. If you go to the outside of Day Trading Radio, up on the top where the login button is, you'll see a link that says follow these steps to qualify. And under that, there's a great video that shows you how to step-by-step set this up, all right? Now, the coupon in that video might be an old coupon. I was using an example. Remember, this coupon is the one that's active right now, and it's active until September 27th. So This is a true way of actually gaining wealth. Now, that was the setup. Now tomorrow I expect a lot of setups. I really do. I expect at least to have a couple good divergences. We're going to jump all over those. So I want you guys to be ready for that. Futures have just opened up now. We're just hesitating. And I would love to be in front of the market for you at 8 o'clock at night and see a divergence and set that out. And I will do that if I happen to be in front of it. But we all have other prior commitments, and I'd probably have no family if I did that constantly. But we are working on I'm working on a new script that's going to alert you to a super signal. That's going to be going out to everyone and the members of Day Trading Radio. And I'm almost done with that. I have a little bit more to do with that. I was going to be working on it tonight, but right now I'm doing this and working on the tradeometer, and there's a lot to do. We're also going to be doing some other things here at Day Trading Radio. So, and also I realized that these super signals are very, very valuable. Very, very valuable if you think about it. With your own accounts, with your own money, or with a SIM account or a prop account, these are extremely valuable. And I've been giving this stuff away, basically live streaming it and doing it. And we're gonna shut that down. It's just this stuff is too good. So you're going to have to step up, become a member. It's very reasonable to become a member and support the site. All right, I advise you to do that. We're going to be focused on this. We're going to be doing a lot more things and helping you get set up on this. A lot of more after-hour stuff, but it's going to be focused for the members and stuff. And the scripts are going to be focused for the members. You have the tradeometer, which is now back and running for you, and everything else that's going to be working out good for you. So just don't forget that. DayTradingRadio.com. Head over there and join up before the prices go up. I'll give a little hint there because right now it's very reasonable. The other thing I was going to kind of discuss with you here. Well, let's take a look at one last thing, and then I'm going to have to get going. And we'll pick up this later on. If there's any alerts, I'm going to start working on the bot scripts and stuff. If you go to the Bolinox site, and you click on Join Now, if you go through the link on the page, you don't have to do it, and just put in that coupon code. I'll log out here. Well, so if you put in that coupon code, and just to kind of give you an example, here's the different options, the different account options you could be trading with. Well, it doesn't work for the 10,000. It starts at 25,000, which is only 3 contracts, which is fine. But look how cheap that is. Click on that. Put in that PMAS80, and click return. Fill that stuff out if you're not already have that. You could buy multiple accounts. It brings it down to $24.65. That's, again, to trade an account for $25K. You get to trade up to 3 ES contracts, and you have to only make $1,500. $1,500 is not a lot with a super signal. Once you qualify, and again, you can't lose more than $1,500, so it's a one versus one-to-one risk reward. And the only thing that you have to worry about is that this is a trailing drawdown, meaning it follows your profits up. It constantly follows it up, so you don't want to move up and then come back and move, stair step up, because that stair step back, even though your profit, can stop you out. So once you get to that, a lot of traders with us are qualifying. And the key is to qualify and then kind of go into maintenance mode. And what maintenance mode is, and don't trade the ES, trade the MES. And only take the super signals again and keep your stops tight. You just don't want to give it back. Don't gamble. That's free money. Now you're trading with a free account. You apply for your, and again, this is just whatever account that you qualify on is the account you're going to be trading with live. All right, it costs $24.65. The $50,000 account is usually the one I'm using right now, and I don't trade mine that much. I'm still actually in the process of trading mine. doing the show and stuff. But I think tomorrow we're going to just let it roll. The first divergence, we're going to go all in. Mark my words. Mark my words. So you want to tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to go all in on our first pure divergence. And we'll show you. Profit target 3,000. You're up to maximum 7 contracts. That's only $29.75. Now say you want to trade with a $250,000 account. Up to 25 contracts. Normally it's $535 to do that a month. Click on that. With that coupon code, it brings it down to $90. All right. Now, you might say, well, that's a lot. But you know what? If you qualify with a $250,000 account and you start banking money, you're taking out massive withdrawals from this. This is a life-changing thing. So, $90 is $90. But it also is giving you access to $250,000 of real cash if you qualify. And again, you stick to the rules, stick to the pure divergences. You will qualify. All right, you will. Maximum 25 contracts. It is a fast moving game. Again, any of these options, they have to be option 1. You can't use option 2 with the coupon, which is the daily loss stop. But there is a coupon on the site for option 2. If you want to use the option 2, just go to DayTraderRadio.com. On the site, if you scroll down, there's a 72% off contract coupon for the option 2s. A lot of people like the option 2 because they don't have to deal with the trailing drawdown. You have it. End of the day, it resets. So each day you could come in, as long as you're not losing, the 10,000, the 25,000. You can't lose more than 500 a day. Versus and the maximum drawdown of 1,500. So there is a little thing. But anyway, you get what I'm coming with here. I think you could qualify with the 25K pretty easily. But the bigger the account, the more that you're going to be able to withdraw. Again, they let's go through this here. We go back over to here. Let me go back. Let me see if I could. Let me go back. If we scroll down here, the qualification register. And this is pretty easy to do. You just register, like you just go to the site. You don't even talk to anybody. It's just a plug and play type of thing. You choose the account size, put in the coupon, start to trade on a qualification account, follow the rules, don't get stopped out, and once you qualify, then you get a master account. Then you trade, again, the same thing. You get the first $10,000 without commissions. They don't take anything. You get your first withdrawal, $10,000 if you get, up to 10,000, and then after that, up to 90% of your profits you split. So I don't know what that exactly means. Earn up to 90%. I don't know if there's a, kind of scale process right there, but you can't even see it's behind the coupon there. Sorry about that. And you get to use the trading terminal for free. There is a fee to do this when you have the and this is the different accounts and stuff. But the fee is something as part of the business. It's part of their business thing. So they charge you, once you qualify, it's a one-time fee to enable you to trade the live account. And for the 50,000, I think it's like $150. And again, I highly stress the importance of sticking to the super signals. I will continue to bring them, and it will improve them in a way that they'll get them out there faster. I know I want to email those out to you and text them out to you, and sometimes it's very hard because the market is very fluid and stuff. So I am working on that bot that's going to automatically send them out and get them out to you much faster. All right. And that's it. So today, just to kind of look back at today one more time. Super signal right there. Can't mistake it. I saw a lot of people, Stungo got in it. A lot of people at the end of the day got in it. If you wrote it all away, you probably qualified on your accounts. Imagine that, life-changing, paying the rent. Just have to wait for one setup. I'm telling you, it could be done. It is being done every day. I'm showing you how to do it. We're closing it down to members. So if you get this, you want to be part of this, I'll walk you through it. We'll hold you. We have a great community of traders in our chat rooms. And, just take advantage of it while you can before it does disappear. And I don't know what the history of that means, but that is what we're looking for right there. Bullseye. Boom. And that's it. We'll see you tomorrow in the markets. I will talk about one stock going into tomorrow. We have a couple stocks. I am starting to like this Hershey's HSY. And the reason why is, take a look at that arrow right there. This is for stock traders out there. You see how we held up there on Hershey's? It didn't turn back down during this candle. Typically, we have a big down day like that. If we look back at the candle here, you could see back here, there was a pretty steep sell-off. And we kind of bounced back up and we kind of climbing back up. But that steep sell-off here really didn't affect our daily stochastics here. It didn't turn it back over, and didn't embed it. It still kept the strength. That means the internals are stronger. They're starting to rotate back up, and this was not affected by that, and the momentum has continued to move back up. That was what a true divergence is. Now, I can't say there's any, what type of news is coming out, but that was a great sign, a fantastic sign. I'll be watching this very close over the next couple of days for a bottom, and that's that one. And then, of course, we're in some other ones. There's actually what's the other one here? Sorry, Semper Energy. We're in this one again. You can see where we got. This was a nice rotation. We got in early. Got in 71 and change, but 72, now 28. And our goal here is probably 73 to 74. All right. So that's still very active. The Intel INTC was our best bet from last week. And now, again, we're looking for any type of significant pullback on this to add to that, or get back in it, I should say, not add. We did take that off for about $500. I have two more stocks I just was going to go over. I don't know why I wrote this one down. Why did I write this down? DHR. Danaher. Oversold. Maybe it was a divergence. I don't know. I'm looking at it again. It's not doing anything for me right now. LHX is another one. Oh, L Harris. All right. So this was kind of interesting. We started to get a turn back up. It is also a coil, and that's the other thing on the Hershey's too. It's a coil. A coil is a series of the 9-3 or 14-3, one of the stochastic bands that tend to coil down, making a series of lower highs. And we look for 4 lower highs before going long. In the case of Hershey's HSY, why I like this, you have 1, always start with the top one, 2, lower low, 3, 4. So that's usually the timing on this now is really good for a breakout. Typically, the channel shows up inside of a channel. The channel, or actually the wedge, the coil here, we like to call it, has an underlying channel associated with it. And if you can make that underlying channel setting up, then you have, you're basically, this is what we're looking for, a breakout, a move higher. Again, this has moved up to one of the best bets of the week, and we're going to go into Monday tomorrow. There's other ones. We'll touch base with you on that tomorrow. And again, this watch list comes out every week. Saturday. Well, this one actually might come out on Friday because I have a football game tomorrow instead of Friday. So the new watch list will come out on Friday, I believe. But Saturday is usually the latest. And that sets up all the stocks for the upcoming week. So if you have any questions, you need any help setting up this, we're going to be continuing to do our prop trading. I think it's a fantastic opportunity. And if you need help, like I said, just to reach out, ironaction@yahoo.com or dtrs@daytradingradio.com. Have a great evening. I will catch you guys in the market tomorrow.